I am now creating weekly exclusive content for Patreon, so if you are interested in that, go check out the link down below. And of course, if you want to avoid the random lottery of FIFA points, you want to go straight to the source, buy the players directly, use u7buy.com and use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another player review, and it is the Objective Joao Pedro. His inform is a striker, his base card is a centre forward, and now this one is a centre forward as well. I think he's got 16 goals this season. He may have more, but I think it's 16. He's gone on a bit of a goal drought, actually. The last few games, you know, they haven't played football for a while, but I think it was like 3 or 4 games before the interruption of the season, he hadn't actually scored a goal, but I'm glad he's got one because he does deserve to be there. He's done very well for Cagliari this season. Not the only player from that team to get himself one, of course. There is a bit of a big boy in there, available in packs. 4-star, 4-star, high medium work rates, lean body type, which I can't stress enough is insane. And then, of course, you've got some really good stats across the board in general, and this is an objective card as well. A lot of people will pick fault with objective cards and, oh well, yeah, he's good, but this is wrong with him, that's wrong with him. EA have done really well here with regards to a player who is very well rounded, who suits the game well. He's 6 foot, but he has got a lean body type. He does have pace as well. 92 acceleration, 92 sprint speed, which is a fair old jump from his inform. 15 on both, 20 on both from the base card, so I think that's really good. The agility up to 89. And we'll go from the base card rather than the... Actually, I'll go from the inform. That's up by 14 from 75. The balance is up to 76, which is a little on the low side. But it's kind of like a Ronaldo-esque, you know, where Ronaldo is in and around the 6 foot. He doesn't have great balance either. And still, he is a fantastic card. So I'm not really worried about that. 95 reactions, 96 ball control, 94 dribbling, 90 composure. Up 14 across the board there for all 4 of those. Very, very nice. And like I said, I'm going from the 81 inform up to the 92 team of the season. The finishing, every single stat, all the way down to penalties, up by 10. 96 positioning, 92 finishing, 94 shot power, 89 long shots, 88 volleys, and 88 penalties. That is a nice set of finishing or shooting stats there. 95 short passing as well as 92 vision. The one thing that I'll point out immediately is that this card can quite easily be used as either a cam or a striker quite comfortably. I wouldn't necessarily say that he's better at doing one or the other because he has that really high short passing and vision, and he's got very good dribbling and ball control. He's more than capable of being a cam, and of course that weak foot and skill moves really do help him out, as well as being lean and having a high attacking work rate. But at the same time, he's got 92 finishing, 94 shot power, very capable of playing in both positions. You've got some really good physical stats there as well. 91 stamina, 92 jumping, 96 aggression. A lot of people will overlook the aggression. That is a very important stat across the pitch. And for a striker or a cam, whichever one you want to use, does come in handy when it comes to aggressing and being the aggressor and going in and lunging in for challenges. Not necessarily lunging in a bad way, but trying to intercept the ball and what have you, and trying to get forward. The more aggression that he has is the stronger, if you will, he'll attack the ball. You know, the more aggressive he'll be, believe it or not. But that set of physical stats up by 13 on average from the 81, up from 77 stamina and 81 aggression to 91 and 96. Very, very nice indeed. That is a pretty damn good card. And obviously with a chem style sniper, for argument's sake, you've got a 95 rated striker or a 96 rated cam. He's Brazilian, so he fits in with an awful lot of players. I see a lot of Neymars knocking about the place, so he'll link in with him. Of course, you can get a strong link to that flashback Allen, whether you decide to just cheap out and do the lower rated one or really go for it and get the, 91 rated. Whew, what a card that is. I don't think I'll have a review of him because I don't plan on doing it. But let's be honest, I'll tell you now, get it done because he's insane. He just has to be. His base card is really good, and I used that for several hundred games at the very beginning of FIFA. And I say only recently, it would have been only recently in Weekend League, because I've not played Weekend League properly for a while, but in my maybe second to last Weekend League, I still think he featured, so there we go. But yeah, this card for a free card, quote unquote, because again, I'll mention it in every video, I know people consider time as a currency, and my time is still valuable and it's worth something, and so on and so forth. I get it, but it is essentially a free card, right? Now, there's not an awful lot of negatives to talk about here, considering you're not really going out and spending like 200-300k on this guy, and you are literally just doing a bunch of objectives to get him. If you've not done Weekend League, I would imagine it would be much easier for you to get this done, and for you to have had it done by now, or maybe you've started working towards it. If you're playing Weekend League, obviously you may be hitting stuff here or there, but generally you're probably going to go after this after Weekend League. And is it worth it is what it's going to come down to. And it does really depend on several things. If you are doing Weekend League, if you're not. So if you've got the time to spare, for example. The other thing is going to come down to, are you actually going to use the card? Because if you're just doing it for the sake of having it in the club, then maybe not. But as a starting 11 player who is Brazilian with decent links to Italian league players, this guy is very, very good. I would 100% recommend maybe trying to knock off a few of the objectives here or there. Don't necessarily actively go after them, but maybe try and chip away at them here or there. Just do the odd one, play some games in Weekend League and what have you, and eventually you'll get to a point where you're thinking, well, there's only like 3 or 4 games left. I might as well just get this done. Because even if he doesn't fit your team, this guy off the bench could be monstrous. Like, there isn't an awful lot in the way of negative. If I had a way of sculpting, then I would maybe bump up the agility and lower the height. If I could make him 5'10" and give him 94 agility, for example, we would have one of the best cards available to us, because he is super fast and he feels it as well. Now, he could be faster, and that's where the height and the agility come in. Of course, you could bump him up and give him, for instance, with a sniper, you don't get a pace boost. But if you gave him, I don't know, I'm trying to think of something. I mean, maybe you could get away with, for example, if you're going to play him as a cam, don't give him a sniper, obviously. Give him an engine. Turns him into a 97 rated cam for a start. But secondly, you get a nice balance boost. You get a little boost of agility as well. And the acceleration and sprint speed both go up by 5 to 97, making him feel even better. I've toyed with the sort of various chem styles. You're looking at like the Maestro, for example, doesn't get a pace boost, but again turns him into a 97 rated cam. You could go with just a straight up artist if you really wanted to. I mean, that gives him the agility up to 99, the balance goes up to 81, so I mean, that's definitely something you could take into consideration. I think the engine for the cam, though, is probably the best way to go about it, because then you've got that pace. That's where I like to play him more than striker, even though I think as a striker, I think people would probably do this guy and finish the objective with the intention of using him as a forward. Like I said, though, there aren't really many things to pick up on in terms of negative. Is he super agile? No, not really, but at the same time, he is still agile. You're still able to do dragbacks and ball rolls, and the left stick dribble in general is actually pretty good. His finishing isn't the best I've ever used, but it's still very good. His shot power is nice. His passing is actually very good. There was very few instances where I thought, well, I wish he'd made that pass, or I think he probably should have done or made that pass. He was actually quite good with that. His dribbling in general is very, very good. His strength could be improved upon. That's definitely something that we could put down as a negative for sure. For example, if you wanted to give him a hawk, I wouldn't be against that in any way, actually. That turns him into only a 94 rated striker as opposed to the 95 you get with the sniper, but you are boosting that strength up to 81. The shot power goes up to 99, finish in 97, position in 99, and you also get that pace boost as well. So there's plenty of different chem styles to suit certain styles. So that however you play the game, there is a chem style to better suit Joao Pedro to your way of playing. Is this guy worth the unlock? In my opinion, yes. Even if you decide that you only want to use him every now and again as a super sub, or even if you only want to use him as a card going into an SBC, heaven forbid, I would not want to put him into an SBC. I think he's too good for that. Honestly, he's got a little bit too much to offer, especially with that hawk, bumping up that strength, using that height and the pace and the left stick dribble to be able to shield the ball and hold off people. It's like kind of like a Quazon, who was released, the Mainz SBC. He was a or still is, he's a very, very good player, but he lacks maybe 4-star, 4-star. Joao Pedro has got a lean body type, so he's not like completely reminiscent of him, but he does remind me of him in a way that I think you could play him at cam, and I think he would be better in that position, because going forward he can finish, but he can also pass, he can hold up the ball. He's got some very good left stick dribble. I really like him. I think Joao Pedro is an absolute banging card, and I would definitely recommend him to anyone who's got the time to spare to get it done. Definitely a very big win as far as EA are concerned and the objective. Let me know what you think of him in the comment section down below. Are you going to complete him? Have you done him already? Or you may be thinking no. And if you are thinking no, why? Is it a time thing, or can you just not be bothered because you've already got a player in his position? If you have enjoyed the player review though, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index, the game changed. Download the app now.